I'm back again, and this time with a couple that needs no introduction. Over the years, they have done much for Gibraltar and put a smile on our faces as they've entertained us with their involvement in variety shows and musicals. They are Winston and Vicky Danino, and they're going to tell me about the costumes they have collected over the years since the 1960s. Winston, how did your involvement in the show business start?
A long time ago.
I mean, what is it that inspired you to get involved in shows?
Well, to be honest, the first time was that we were going to see the show The Boyfriend, and as an emergency they called Vicky and myself to do the Apache dance, and we did it, and we enjoyed it so much that we thought we would take part in all the shows that we can.
And Vicky, yesterday you mentioned to me fortnightly dance evenings at the casino. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about those?
Well, the casino, what they used to be the casino, not now. It was just every fortnight they advertise fancy dresses. They could have been Spanish night. Spanish night.
It was an Egyptian night.
Egyptian night or Hawaiian night. Anyway, they gave us about 2 weeks in advance, you know, to sort of make ourselves our costumes, and that's the way we started building up our collection
Of costumes.
of costumes. Yes.
And you also use your costumes for musicals, because you've been involved in a few of those.
Yes, we have done 10 musicals.
I mean, did you make all the costumes yourselves for the musicals?
Not exactly. I mean, we sort of, we had the idea, and then apart from that, we used to call the dressmaker. I used to do the drawings, the sketches for the costume, and between Vicky and myself, we used to sort of form the outfit.
So, all the ideas would come from yourselves?
More or less. I mean, sometimes we used to look at pictures in magazines or films, and between that and our own ideas, we did all these costumes.
And Vicky, you were talking about the fancy dress parties. You won several competitions.
That's right.
Now, how often were these fancy dress parties held? Not the ones at the casinos, but all the other ones that were taking place.
Well, the things that we were there at the right moment, the right time, call it what you want, but we've had at home parties.
4 we've had at home.
We had 4 home parties. You can imagine in a house, you know, making up a fancy dress. But the funny thing is, everybody used to come here asking for our fancy dresses. Anyway, we were there for them, you know, and dressed them up as we went along. So after that, well, it was just, you know, we belonged to the Queensway Club. They had fancy dresses as well. The casino, as you said, we've been in Spain also in fancy dresses as well. You know, anywhere we could find out where they had fancy dresses. I mean, dancing, yeah.
I mean, how many costumes have you do you have now that you have collected over the years?
At present, 36.
36. But I believe you've used them in various different forms.
In many sort of musicals, variety shows that we've taken part in 11 variety shows, and in all it's about 70 in all.
Different costumes?
Not different exactly, because we've changed some of the costumes. We have changed it into, for example, I've got a Spanish dress, no, of ganadero, and that we've changed it into, for example, Mexican and sort of cowboy and the Spanish costume, national costume.
So when you make a costume, it doesn't have to be necessarily expensive.
No, you can be of your own clothing,
That's
just
it.
changing it.
So I suppose it's important to have imagination and flair.
This is it.
So I mean, what do you do if somebody says tomorrow there's a fancy dress party and you have nothing ready?
Well, this is the imagination you have
Well,
to have.
excuse me, the
and,
same as the tramp night. It
and
was
the
a couple of
tramp night,
hours, and I just
exactly,
got
yeah.
everything I could, and I went as a tramp.
Actually, we do have some photographs here, including the one of the tramp. But if we start with this one here.
Yeah.
Now, what was that for?
That is of Luisa Fernanda, the Spanish operator, and
Right.
we did the Jota.
I
The
see.
Spanish.
Right, and now we move to this one.
That's the Roaring Twenties, and we were dressed like Charleston.
That's wonderful. Now, Vicky, you're looking very sexy here.
I'm much slimmer.
That's Hawaiian night
Hawaiian,
in
yes.
the casino.
The casino. And now this is quite a...
That's a day to remember. That's beautiful.
That's
it.
when Lady Diana and Prince Charles got married.
Got
And
married.
we came and visited.
And this is also very impressive outfits there.
That is a punk night
Right.
at Conwell's Club.
Now you've got a little story behind the
The
chains.
chains, the chains. We had to have chains around us, around the legs, around the body, and so on. So what happened? So we had to go to this shop. It was like a warehouse, and we were looking for this sort of chain, old chain. It couldn't be new.
Yeah.
So we decided to get the chains for the toilet chains, and this is how it came out. And believe it or not, we won the first prize too.
Goodness. And what about for this one? Now this was a bit of a last-minute preparation, Winston.
That's when, well, I went about a couple of hours before to the Queensway Club just to find if I had a nice table. And they told me that I had to go in fancy dress.
Right.
So I came back home and said, look, Vicky, we have to go and dress in something. So I thought the best thing was vampire, as I had the tail jacket and the tail suit, and the Roman cape. And I just put the makeup and...
And away you went.
Yeah.
And you used 2 skirts, Vicky.
Yes,
Yes, you had
exactly.
to.
I didn't have any cape at all, no granny's capes, the old granny style. So I had to wear two big skirts that I had, one for the head and one for around the body.
See.
And well, the mask you can see is just an ordinary mask. It's a rubber mask. And my broom. I couldn't forget my broom.
And that was an enjoyable evening, obviously. No?
That's a tramp night again at the Queensway Club.
That's it. This is the famous tramp you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Again, a last-minute thing.
A few hours before.
And now, was this for a musical, I believe, yeah?
No, that one is a Western night, again at the Queensway Club.
And this one here.
That's Oliver, and I took 3 parts in that, and Vicky, again, 2 or 3 parts, and we had a lovely time in that one.
And also, you designed your own hairstyle?
Yes, I left it sort of longish with a lot of
hair gel and...
hair gel, and I left sort of my beard quite bushy, and
And
tried my best to look
and
for the period.
My dress is just a very simple dress. It's just a bit of imagination. That dress, I used to wear that for evening wear, and then the blouse. It was just everyday blouse and a marabou, and you just build up your hairstyle from those days, and little booties and
And that was
It was
sufficient.
great fun.
yeah, and it was a fantastic show, that Oliver. It was great. David Hall was excellent.
Well, I mean, to finish off, I believe you've had several exhibitions of your costumes, which we'll be looking at. Well, we're actually looking at now. How did you organise these, and why did you hold these exhibitions?
Well, at the beginning, some friends of ours thought that it would be nice to have the autobiography of our lives,
Yeah.
and that gave me the idea to do it.
So we're obviously seeing here several of your costumes on display, because I believe you've put a lot in storage now.
Yes, it's all in my store, because-
practically all of them. Yeah. But those are the 2 more,
So-
colourful
Costumes you have.
costumes.
Would you like to see some more fancy dress parties for the youth of today?
I hope
In
so.
Gibraltar,
I hope
definitely, yes. It's none. I think it's disappearing. Everything is disappearing nowadays. But it's something that we should all put our minds into. Not just disco and
Well, there's
lot
going
of
to be one
noises.
at the HMS Calpe
But-
very soon, and we are the judges anyway.
I see.
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
I didn't know that.
Well, Winston and Vicky, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking
It's
to
been a
you.
pleasure talking
Thank
to
you
you
very
too.
much
Thank
for
you very
coming
much.
to our home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm now wearing Vicky's fantastic Cleopatra outfit, which is 30 years old, and I'm off to fancy dress party. So I'll see you soon in part 2. Join me then. A few weeks ago we looked at Manolo Spiteri's car collection, and this week we feature another car collection which is just as impressive and belongs to Pepe Roca. Pepe has 2,700 vehicles and has built up his collection from childhood. Most of the vehicles were painstakingly bought and ordered from the UK or given to him as gifts. What makes Pepe's collection more impressive and valuable are the original boxes which he has kept. Every type of vehicle and make you can imagine Pepe has, including the makes Matchbox and Dinky, each displaying different qualities and detail. In his collection you can find Spanish pre-1960s cars, which were then made of plastic. Construction vehicles laid out on makeshift sites, displaying complementary detail to make the display look realistic. Farming vehicles of all shapes and sizes. Services vehicles including police cars and ambulances. Even aeroplanes can be found hanging in his display units. Plus every pleasure and dream car you can imagine. Most of his collection has been put together through the use of catalogues and manuals, and he keeps his cars in glass casing to preserve their beauty and value. Pepe's favourite car is a Rolls-Royce, model Phantom 1, built in 1929. This car was commissioned by him and made in the UK. It cost him £90. The beauty of this model is its similarity to the real thing. The roof can be removed, and as you move the steering wheel, the front wheels move. The doors open, and inside you find attractive leather seating, which is actually cushioned. You can also lift the flap of the step, which discloses a miniature toolkit. Turning the car around, one comes to the radiator and lights, which are actually made of silver, increasing the value of the model. The engine cover can be lifted, displaying the detailed parts of the engine. And finally, under the car, the model even boasts the exhaust pipe and trimmings. A very impressive part of Pepe's collection, a model car collector's dream, is his original Matchbox collection, dating from the late 40s, early 50s. These cars are rarely seen today, but if you cast your memory back to when you were a youngster, you might remember that these cars had lead wheels, now not used as lead is dangerous for children. The cars had no windows or seats, and the doors didn't open. As Pepe still has their original boxes, this Matchbox collection is worth a lot of money today. And to top it all, in this collection he has a wide variety of vehicles, including construction vehicles, buses, army tanks, commercial trucks, and your favorite classic cars, a true collector's piece. Pepe continues and will continue to collect vehicles of all types, and the largest amount of one type of vehicle in his collection are the fire engines. He has about 200, ranging from models of fire engines from the turn of the century till the present day. Most of the engines are from different European countries, and Pepe also has various figures of firemen and fire brigade cap badges to complement his collection. An overall impressive collection of vehicles worth its weight in gold.
Our next item is about a pastime which is very popular with many people, and that is drinking. One of the most popular drinks is whiskies, and here at the Bull and Bush there is plenty to choose from.
John Baglietto, who owns the Bull and Bush, has the largest selection of whiskies and brandies on the rock. Many of them, which belong to his great-grandfather, are over 100 years old. The most expensive drink you'll ever taste. John started collecting in 1952 and got his idea from Madrid, which holds one of the largest collections of spirits in the world. He has been in the pub business for 42 years, following in the footsteps of 4 generations in the family. "98% of his collection John found and collected in Gibraltar. The remainder was handed down by his family. He has about 200 different Scotch whiskies. Some Bell's bottles are over £1,000, especially the royal bell-shaped ones. And his oldest bottle is a 200-year-old champagne bottle which belonged to his great-great-grandfather. Some of the bottles in John Baglietto's collection are very special, including 2 royal bottles, one from the cellar of the last king of Italy and the other which was reserved for the future king of Romania. Other precious bottles are an original Gordon's gin bottle, his late grandfather's bottle of Martell Cordon Bleu, one of 2 in the world and now worth a lot of money, and the complete Pimm's collection, numbers 1 to 6. Many of these special bottles, some being the only ones in existence, are in storage at John's home. But what you have been seeing on your screen should give you a good idea of what John's vast collection entails. John Baglietto's collection of whiskies is one of the largest and oldest in Europe, and a very impressive one too.
Well, that's it for this week, but join me in 7 days' time when we delve into Gibraltar's history and meet some of our favourite movie stars. Till then, goodbye.